Drinking and driving is extremely hazardous as well as potentially fatal to the drunk driver as well as other innocent people on the road. Imagine you're at home one night and you get the dreadful phone call that one of your family members has passed away in a car accident. Later you find out the driver of the other vehicle that was responsible for the accident was highly intoxicated and hit your family's vehicle at a high speed. If you aren't worried about endangering your own life or the safety of yourself, worry about the safety of others. Drunk driving has many consequences. Although I have not been personally affected by a drunk driving accident, I know how devastating it can be to lose a loved one. Therefore, I realize how important it is to keep our families safe on the roads. According to drinkinganddraiving.org, 90% of all drunk driving occurs after drinking with friends, family, and coworkers. Therefore, it is 100% preventable. Someone who cares about you should be able to help prevent you from driving under the influence. Don't let your family member or friend drive drunk. First, I will explain the effects alcohol has on driving. Intoxication impairs driving tremendously. Vision, depth perception, mental processing, and attentiveness are inhibited by alcohol. Mental processes are slowed down significantly by alcohol consumption. Vision impairment causes extreme danger when operating a vehicle. Attention and perception are also inhibited by drinking alcohol. Skills vital to driving actually become impaired at 0.01 to 0.02% blood alcohol content. Making a decision to drive under the influence can affect the lives of others tremendously. Always in our hearts, J. Lee Cortez. Jay's father wrote a tribute in honor of his son's memory on Mothers Against Drunk Drivers website. Jay was a true friend, a beloved son, and a soulmate. Words cannot express the emptiness in my soul, the pain in my heart, the fury in my mind. Jay was born in Virginia Beach, Virginia in 1984. He was my firstborn son. He was so excited when he grew up and got his driver's license. He could not wait to drive. Nadia was Jay's last girlfriend. With him, he was inseparable for over 2 years. They were planning on building a home and making a life together. I kneeled in front of Jay's motorcycle and prayed to God for the protection of my son. 3 days later, my son was killed by a drunk driver. About 30 people in the U.S. are victims of car accidents caused by alcohol-impaired drivers daily. About 50% of the 181 children, passengers 14 years or younger, who passed away in alcohol-related incidents in 2009 were actually riding in the car with the alcohol-impaired driver. Imagine putting a young child's life at risk due to your poor decision-making. It doesn't seem fair to me. This lady was affected by a drunk driver. Although she wasn't killed, she was extremely injured. As you can see, this was her before, and this is her now. Also, you can see on this billboard here, it says, "Caution, drunk drivers are out there." This is a little girl named Jocelyn Robinson. She was only 6 years old when she was killed by a drunk driver. Seeing pictures like these, I hope will help you not to drive under the influence. Other than safety concerns when it comes to driving under the influence, there are also many other consequences. In the state of California, for instance, a first offense will consist of 96 hours to 6 months jail time, $1,000 to $1,600 fine, 6-month license suspension, ignition interlock installation, and a DUI completion program. Seems like a lot for a first offense? Not really when you realize that it only takes one time for you to drive drunk to cause the life of another. Now, what steps can be made to prevent these statistics? Think before you have your first beer. Assign someone to be the designated driver before your thinking is impaired. Call a friend, family member, or even a taxi to get you home safely before making that decision to drive yourself home. Someone will be glad to give you a ride home. Don't be uninformed when it comes to the dangers of drunk driving. This is an epidemic that is completely preventable if you will take these steps in ensuring you and your family's safety. Alcohol consumption impairs motor skills, important for safe driving. Drunk driving is harmful to yourself as well as other innocent people on the road. Don't be caught drinking and driving.